The rap game is one dominated by controversies and beef between rappers. Every rapper has either had beef or dissed another rapper. However, for a rapper who was very controversial in his early days, Gucci Mane hasn't been involved in any beef in recent times. Are rappers scared of him? What is the real reason rappers won't beef with Gucci Mane? Keep watching, because in this video, we'll show you the real reason rappers won't beef with Gucci Mane. Early life. His real name is Roderick Delontic Davis. Gucci Mane was born in Bessemer, Alabama, and comes from a family with a strong military background. His father is a former soldier, and he was also a power plant worker, while his paternal grandfather and maternal grandmother also served in the military. After serving in the military, Gucci's father was also a drug dealer, and when Gucci was born, his father was on the run from the police for dealing heroin and crack cocaine. This is why Gucci had to take his mother's last name, and his father wasn't around to sign his birth certificate. Gucci Mane was raised by his grandmother, as his mother was attending college to get her degree. His mother was a social worker and teacher. As a teacher, Gucci's mom taught him to read and write, and also how to read the Bible, all at an early age. Unlike many rappers who grew up without interest in education, Gucci excelled in school. He was very good in English and fell in love with poetry. Gucci's first school was Jonesboro Elementary School, where he attended kindergarten. At the age of 9, Gucci, his half-brother, and mother moved to East Atlanta due to family problems as his mother and father had separated. In Atlanta, he attended Cedar Grove High School and continued to do well in school, and he eventually got a scholarship to go to college. In East Atlanta, Gucci grew up in an area that was notorious for violence and crime. His brother was the one who introduced him to hip-hop by bringing him to a Run DMC, LL Cool J, and Beastie Boys concert. However, at this time, Gucci Mane had not considered being a rapper. In Atlanta, Gucci started to deal drugs by mainly selling drugs with his older brother. Rather than use his Christmas money to get gifts, Gucci used his money to buy crack cocaine and started his career as a drug dealer. By this time, he was also a freshman at Ronald McNair High School, but Gucci never got high on his own supply. In fact, he never smoked at all. Gucci started smoking when he got into a friends with benefits situation with a girl he had a crush on. They smoked weed together, and this made him have a slight addiction to weed. In his early days as a drug dealer, Gucci never had any violent situations. He started rapping at the age of 14 and at the age of 15. Gucci Mane was robbed of his products, and this led him to start carrying a .380 caliber handgun. He graduated from McNair High School in 1998 with a 3.0 GPA and got a scholarship to Georgia Perimeter College. He barely attended classes and was expelled from school in 2001 after he was caught trying to sell crack cocaine to an undercover police officer. Gucci was sentenced to 90 days in county jail and given probation. After he was released from jail, he decided to take music seriously and from this point made a successful career for himself. Career. If you're wondering how he got the rap name Gucci Mane, no, it's not because of the high-end clothing brand. Gucci Mane inherited his rap name as it was passed down from his father to him. Gucci is one of the pioneers of trap music, and he inspired a new generation of rappers. He released the mixtape La Flair while he was on Straight Drop Records. They made 1,000 copies of the mixtape and distributed it around East Atlanta. After the release of La Flair, Gucci linked up with producer Zaytoven and began his own label, La Flair Entertainment. He formed an alliance with Big Cat Records and released the song Black Tea featuring Young Jeezy as a response to the hit song White Tea by them Franchise Boys. Gucci Mane had his first major hit when he collaborated with Young Jeezy again for the hit song So Icy, after which he secured a distribution deal with Tommy Records. The song caused a major dispute over rights between the two rappers, but Gucci included the song on his debut album, Trap House. The 18-track album was released in May 2005 and made it to the top 20 of the Billboard R&B Hip Hop Albums chart. He released another album in 2006 titled Hard to Kill. The album included the hit Freaky Girl, which peaked at number 12 on the Hot Rap Tracks and number 62 on the Billboard Hot 100. He released the album Back to the Trap House in 2007 and also released other mixtapes such as Bird Money, Writing on the Wall, and Gucci Mania, and in May 2009, Gucci got his big record deal as he was signed to Warner Brothers Records. He released his second studio album, The State vs. Roderick Davis, in December 2009, then released a sequel to the album in September 2010 titled The Appeal, Georgia's Most Wanted. The album debuted at number 4 on the US Billboard 200. He released the third installation of his Trap House series, Trap House 3, in February 2013. In 2014, Gucci released 3 albums on the same day, the Purple Album, the Green Album, and the White Album. All 3 were collectively known as World War 3D. In September 2016, Gucci Mane scored his first number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 when he collaborated with Ray Shremmerd on the song Black Beatles. He is also featured on various compilation albums with his 1017 record members, has over 10 albums, while also releasing various mixtapes from prison. Gucci has spent over 4 years in jail, which is why fans believe that other rappers won't beef with him because they're scared of him, while other fans believe that he has simply stayed out of trouble since he cleaned up his act in 2016. But before we delve into that, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to watch more videos like this one. The death of Pookie Loc. In the early 2000s, Young Jeezy and Gucci Mane were the biggest names in the Atlanta trap scene. While Gucci is seen as the father of trap music, Jeezy's influence can't be downplayed either. After the two collaborated on the massive hit So Icy and the song Black Tea, the two started beefing. Jeezy released a diss track Stay Strapped, while Gucci Mane replied with the song Round 1. The beef became dangerous when Jeezy put a $10,000 bounty on Gucci Mane's chain. Several reports claim that 5 men ambushed Gucci, but the Atlanta rapper found a way to get a gun while scrambling to defend himself. He then began to fire at the robbers and ended up killing one of them in the process. The man who he shot was Pookie Loc. Pookie Loc was a close friend of Jeezy and a member of Jeezy's corporate thug entertainment group. 3 days after he was killed, the body of Pookie Loc was found 3 days later at a local middle school. After the death of Pookie, Gucci released the song Truth, on which he blamed Jeezy for the death of Pookie and also blamed Jeezy for making Pookie's son a bastard. You left his son to be a bastard, won't even raise your own boy. Some fans believe that the beef between the two rappers is not just another rap beef and might also be as a result of their gang affiliations. According to various reports, Gucci is a member of the Bloods, while Jeezy on the other hand is a member of the Crips. Fans are speculating that the beef may not only just be about the song So Icy, but also because of the rivalry between both gangs. The death of Pookie Loc is one of the major reasons many fans believe that other rappers won't beef with Gucci Mane, as he has shown he's capable of killing anyone who comes against him. Added with the fact that he's allegedly a member of the Bloods, Gucci might truly be one of those rappers other rappers are scared to beef with. Gucci's run-ins with the law. Gucci was arrested again in July 2005 for aggravated assault and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Authorities arrested Gucci because he allegedly got into a fight with the club promoter at the office of the label he was signed to. He struck the promoter with the pool stick and then continued to hit him even after the promoter had fallen to the floor. Gucci was sentenced to 6 months in prison and 6.5 years of probation. The rapper was again arrested in 2011 for an altercation with a woman. Gucci approached a woman outside the mall in his Hummer and asked her to have breakfast with him, and after she agreed and entered the Hummer, Gucci offered her $150 to have sex with him. However, the woman refused, and Gucci then forced her out of the moving car. Gucci was sentenced to 6 months in jail for 2 counts of battery, 2 counts of reckless conduct, and 1 count of disorderly conduct. In March 2013, at the Harlem nightclub, a soldier named James asked Gucci Mane's security if he could take a picture with the rapper. But rather than take a picture with the serviceman, Gucci attacked the soldier with a bottle of champagne. The champagne bottle left the soldier with a gash on his head, and he had to be treated at the hospital. The soldier needed 10 stitches and suffered from bad headaches and a concussion. Gucci turned himself in at the end of March after a warrant had been ordered for his arrest. He was again found guilty of aggravated assault and released after he posted a $75,000 bail 2 days later. Now, you don't want to mess with the man who's not scared of even attacking a soldier. Many fans believe that this is another major reason why no rapper wants to beef with Gucci Mane, as he once again showed how dangerous he can be. He was again arrested in September 2013. This time, one of his close friends called the police on him because his behavior became erratic. When the police arrived, Gucci started threatening them and even refused to go to jail. He was eventually overpowered and arrested by the police, after which they found marijuana and a handgun on him. This was the second time in less than a week that the authorities had found Gucci in possession of a gun. 2 days before this incident, his lawyer had also called the police on him for the same reason. Police found a .45 caliber handgun on Gucci, but he wasn't arrested as he cooperated with the police. All these incidents happened on the same week that Gucci had gone on his famous Twitter rant and also got in a fight inside a mall in Atlanta. These incidents also showed how volatile Gucci can be, hence another major reason why rappers don't want to beef with Gucci. These 2 incidents with 2 separate loaded guns landed Gucci in jail for almost 3 years. Gucci accepted a plea deal and pled guilty to possession of guns by a convicted felon. It was after this time in prison that Gucci did away with all acts of violence, lost a lot of weight, and Gucci surely became a better man after his time in prison. That brings us to the end of today's video. If you liked the video, please leave a like and a comment below. Also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new content.